Number of new malicious mobile phone apps more than doubled last year, according to a survey released recently by NQ Mobile. The security company actually discovered, get this, 65,000 new pieces of mobile malware in 2012. And as you can see, that's up a staggering 163% from the previous year. One of the nastiest programs that was actually installed on quite a few people's phones unwittingly was called Bill Shocker. NQ Mobile says that it was the most infectious and also costly app in history so far, ending up on more than 500,000 phones worldwide. And once installed, it could send text messages to premium rate numbers, hence running up enormous phone bills on people who were just using their mobile phone on a daily basis and were completely unaware. Omar Khan is the co-CEO of NQ Mobile, and thankfully he joins us now live from CNN New York to digest what the data means and what we can do about it. Great to have you on the show, Omar. How worried should we be about malware? The average person probably thinks it's not going to affect me, but boy, if you get one of those Bill Shocker bills, I bet you think twice.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we've seen hacking activity increase on mobile over the last several years. You know, last year we discovered that over 32 million devices, were infected around the world. The top 5 infected markets included China, Russia, India, the United States, and Saudi Arabia. In the first quarter, we've seen now Thailand make the top 5. So we're seeing quite a bit of activity. I think what's really happening is that we store more and more personal and sensitive information on our devices, on our cell phones. And in the emerging markets, it's our only lifeline to the internet. So hackers are finding that information more and more valuable, which is why they're going after these devices. And there's no reason to be afraid. We just have to be smart about how we protect ourselves. We have to have passwords on our phone. We should install security solutions like NQ Mobile Security, as well as encryption solutions. So there's ways to protect ourselves in this environment.
The other thing is that they seem to be going after specifically the Android devices, and that's especially worrying considering as Android has the largest share of the market in terms of operating systems.
Yeah, I mean, what they're doing is they're going after traditional hacking activities that they perfected on the PC side and bringing them over to the mobile, such as SMS phishing or something we call smishing. And what we're seeing is that, Android is one of the most powerful operating systems in the world. It allows developers to develop some of the most innovative applications out there. But because it's so open, it also gives the opportunity for bad actors in the system to take advantage of that openness to develop malicious applications as well. But we're seeing more and more phishing activities through the mobile browser as well as through SMS as well. So it's not just focused only on Android, even though app attacks have historically been focused up until now on the Android platform.
So what can businesses do just generally to try and counter this trend? Because obviously, as you were just saying before, if we've got all these developers in different companies developing apps to go on the Android system, and then people get nervous that the Android system can actually be prone to malware attacks, people need to invest in security as well when they're developing these apps.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Android as an operating system is actually very secure. They've done a good job of securing the platform itself. What we need to do as consumers at enterprise is, one, we need to make sure only half of consumers even lock their device. Nina, I mean, the simplest thing we can do is put passwords on our phone, so if they're lost and end up in the wrong hands, that our data doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Installing security and encryption solutions, such as our own NQ Mobile Vault or NQ Mobile Security, among others that are out there as well, is a way to do it. And then also just educating our consumers and our enterprise users not to connect and leave open Wi-Fi connections or Bluetooth connections, only to connect to trusted sources. A lot of times we'll connect to anything, and we have to be very smart about what we connect to. So it's about awareness and empowerment. I don't want consumers to fear the use of their mobile devices. I want them to trust, because if you think about the next 5 years, we're going to be doing mobile payments, mobile health care. The applications are going to skyrocket in terms of how we're using these devices. We want consumers to feel secure in that environment.